I was able to play the Marvel's Avengers beta thanks to Square Enix for sending me early codes. It's going live on August 7th for PS4 and then 1 week later on Xbox One and PC. And there's really a ton of stuff to do and also a lot of things I learned after the beta weekend that I want to share with you in this video. I also want to share my beta impressions and that of the whole JorRaptor team because Dennis and Joyce played the game a ton. We also learned about Spider-Man coming to the game and way more PlayStation exclusive content. So a ton to discuss, a like on the video would be super appreciated. And let's go. I'm doing a new August giveaway for a 2020 game of your choice, including Marvel's Avengers. So just click the link in the pinned comment if you want to participate. And be sure you are a subscriber of the channel before you enter. I will announce the July winner in the upcoming Sunday video. So yeah, Spider-Man is coming to the game. You likely already heard the news. I was on a small holiday break when it was announced. But I wanted to give you a quick rundown before I talk about the beta experience. In early 2021, they plan to add their version of Spider-Man to this game, so not Insomniac Spider-Man, but one really made by Crystal Dynamics. It will be a familiar but fresh Spider-Man who needs to evolve to take on global threats alongside Earth's mightiest heroes. They really took a lot of inspiration from Spider-Man stories outside of New York City, so I really dig that approach. They also talk about how there will be seamless transition from navigation to combat in the gameplay, and how this Spider-Man will have access to custom web-based technology because he's of course working together with Hank Pym, S.H.I.E.L.D. and Stark Industries in this game. So yeah, that should give him way more possibilities. They want to introduce him via an in-game event and then also have challenges that you need to do as Spider-Man to learn his abilities. And there will of course also be cosmetics available for Spider-Man at the launch, but only on PlayStation. Because as you likely know, on Xbox One and PC you cannot play as Spider-Man. And Sony now also announced that PlayStation players will have 30-day exclusive access to a legendary outfit, legendary emote, epic takedown and nameplate for each superhero as they are released. And this is also for the 6 launch heroes. And the marketplace from the beta appeared on Reddit as posted by Infinity Saga. And this gives you a good idea of what those legendary outfits will be. So really the most awesome outfits that change the character the most, including the classic Iron Man suit. As you see right here, they will appear 30 days early on PlayStation before people on Xbox and PC can buy them. It's business. Sony wants you to buy the PlayStation version or pick up a PlayStation for this game, but it really sucks for PC and Xbox players of course, and I might touch on this subject in the Sunday Your Game show, so keep it locked for that. But looking at the beta though, I still think there will be enough content for everyone on each platform. Like, it's insane how much stuff you can already try in this beta. As was noted in the recent War Table stream, you start with the 8-day demo. We've seen it many times, but it remains a fun mission to play, and it lets you touch all the heroes for the first time, except for Kamala Khan, although we can play as her and the Hulk in a mission that follows directly after that. In the real game, the structure will be different, but in the beta there will be multiple jumps to get you to certain missions. I sadly cannot show you any footage of the beta yet, but we know that the Abomination boss fight will be part of this mission, and that is really the only single player mission that is really there. After that there is a co-op mission, and then you go into the Harm training rooms, and these are digital arenas where you fight waves of enemies that become harder over time and also give you a ton of XP for the different heroes. And there are 3 of these different Harm arenas in the beta, and after you complete all of them you get an epic gear item for each character. Cool is by the way that at any point you can change your gear, swap it out, or look at things that you got during a mission or even during a loading screen. You can change your loadout, so that makes waiting for things to happen way more entertaining. And the gear, of course, doesn't change your look, as we discussed before on the channel. You do have special outfits for that, and we could already earn quite a lot in the beta. You namely have these special challenge cards for each hero, and again I sadly cannot show you it, but it's basically a battle pass with a level up to 50. And level 50 of the challenge card for Hulk, for example, was the Joe Fix-It outfit, so a really cool reward. How it works is that you have 2 daily and 2 weekly challenges. Think of things like kill enemies with one specific ability or clear a certain amount of mission objectives, complete them, and raise in levels to also unlock nameplates or other cosmetics. And can also speed things up with the real world currency that is also used for special outfits in the store. So again, it's really like a battle pass. There is one for each hero, so it will at least have you play each hero every day or week to unlock as much of the challenge card as possible. But again, these rewards are only cosmetic, or you can also get upgrade materials that you can use to make your gear better. And the early game gear in the beta wasn't that impactful. Overall, the game really seems mostly focused on your skill and how well you play with a certain hero. Although we did find a legendary gear item that I will totally show you when I can. And one of the perks upgraded the damage of signature attacks, so your special abilities, by 20%. So that is huge. So it seems like the gear at the start will not really mean that much, but it will be way more impressive once you get further into the game. The gear will also determine your power level, and the most challenging activity of the beta, at least for as far as I know, was the villain zone. That as you fight a war bot, so first you have to destroy its weaknesses before you can do some damage. And for this you needed to be power level 20, and you raise that power level by finding high level gear and also upgrading it. You also got more regular hero levels that you raise by doing activities or killing enemies with a specific hero, and 15 seemed to be the max of the beta, although we are not entirely sure. At least that was enough to get almost all the skills that you find in the skill page. And there will be way more of these pages per hero, as was already teased in like trailers. But in the beta we only have the primary one that mostly focuses on changing your standard attacks. So the regular square and triangle moves. And they're really quite different for every hero. And what was interesting is that everyone kind of had their own favorite character after playing the beta. Although I got to say that some characters also just felt better than others. Like Hulk just did not feel right, and you might experience that as well during his single player mission. His attacks lacked impact and strength, and just overall there were not a lot of interesting abilities. While Black Widow, the main from Dennis, is really awesome and has a grappling hook, so you can like pull yourself towards enemies. I will likely be playing Captain America in the final game, but he is not in the beta. Only Ms. Marvel, Black Widow, Iron Man and the Hulk are. Overall though, they really feel different from each other, and that's a big achievement, and it bodes really well for the future heroes like Hawkeye and Spider-Man who are coming later. So you basically have a completely new way to start the game. Of course, the question is, how long is it going to be fun? There's a ton of combat, it's really comparable to other loot-based games, so that's why it's also way more fun to play in co-op. So you still have some interaction going on. And also, when playing with other people, the enemies will spread their attention, so it's easier to deal with them. You can still do everything in solo though, and then your team will be controlled by the AI, but it's awesome that those are characters that you also made, so with your gear loadout and your outfit choice. They did already tease special endgame raids, by the way, in a Reddit AMA. They will not be in the beta, but that will require real players. But for all those activities, there will be matchmaking, so that is great. Overall though, the activities can be pretty quick, 10 minutes up to 30 minutes or more depending on how fast you take out a boss. And it's really nice how in those short play sessions you can already get meaningful upgrades and rewards, so it's a really rewarding game even if you just play for 15 minutes at a time. I really want to play the beta more for myself to give you better impressions, because I was mostly out of town when this press beta dropped. Dennis and Joyce though again really played a lot and they really enjoyed it. And I'll be joining them this weekend to experience more content, and we will be streaming that this Saturday, and I will leave a link with the times in the pinned comments, so I hope you can join us. And I'm overall just really curious to hear your thoughts after playing. Again, you see the beta times here. There will be a free beta for everyone and every platform at one point, so I would say totally try it out. I'm mostly impressed by the scope, but the game will really stand and fall by the variety of activities and also the deep customization, and it's just really hard to get a full picture of that in the beta. There will totally be way more beta content coming your way, and again, that stream as well, so totally subscribe for everything on Marvel's Avengers. A like on the video would be super appreciated. If one of those videos is already up, then you can watch it by clicking on the screen, otherwise you will see my live react of the recent War Table, where I was also featured, which was pretty cool. For now though, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.